we are going to get to a stage in a very short period of time where modern educational systems are going to replace degrees altogether. We are going to get there.
We scaled to 50,000 downloads and no one thought that a world will stop, right? COVID will happen. So I don't think we were at the right time at right place. We were at completely wrong place at a wrong time.
People give up too easily. I think that's the problem with Gen Z as a generation, right? And that's not limited to professional life, right? That goes everywhere.
Average age of successful founders is 40,
Yeah.
right? Which is the average of successful founders. But if you look at a founder who has got successful at 40, he might have done a lot of experiments starting from 18 or 19 only that gave him a success at 40, right?
Because next 20 years, what will matter the most is probably the very existence of human being, right? So technology and existence for human being, their own survival, how can they further automate their lives? These are going to be the biggest things, naturally.
So hello and welcome back to Masterclass by College Vidya, and we are shooting episode 6. Today we have invited two very special guests on our show, Rajan and Shaurya, who are founders of Metwe, and we are going to talk to them about entrepreneurship, how to build a business in India. So we are going to speak about their journey, know about the journey moreover, and we're also going to talk about how skills play an important role in your career. So let's dive into the video, and I hope you watch it till the end because you will gain a lot of valuable information if you are looking to start a business, you're looking to start your entrepreneurship journey. So let's go and watch the podcast till the end. And for better viewing experience, put the podcast into 1.5x, and I hope you enjoy it.
So my name is Shaurya. I started this company called Metwe with Rajan Luthra. And that was back in college, so it's been a very long time. But now we are a virtual university where people get to learn from folks working with brands like Google, Facebook, Nike, Tesla, Amazon, Netflix, Goldman Sachs. I can rap about the kind of brand names that we have. But essentially, the intent is that people should get access to learn from people that they wish to be like. Which I think is very rare, right? Because essentially we are learning from seniors, we are learning from professors.
Yeah.
But then the question is that, if you're getting access to learn from people that we wish to be like, then we can actually understand from their learnings, their insights, their journeys.
Yeah.
And you kind of end up getting access to that playbook, right? That secret playbook that they ended up following, which actually got them there. So I think those are the kind of insights that we were looking for back when we were in college. And I think it was very difficult for us to get access to those kind of people because, as much as, these top 1 percentile of the people they want to help people out. It's that bridge is somewhere, it hasn't been there, right? And we've tried to build that bridge for youngsters to get that kind of access. So we run programs in venture capital, in management consulting, in marketing, HR. We're launching the CHRO fellowship very soon. So I think that's the first time we're announcing
somewhere.
anywhere. So we are launching that, and we have a program in data analytics and design. We run programs in entrepreneurship, research. We work with universities. We work with corporates. We help people, anyone, get access to structured learning experiences. But what I think really sets us apart is that we actually make learning fun because we are Gen Zs, right? So we understand that those old traditional learning platforms, they get a little too boring. And I think the attention spans are extremely low for youngsters today. I get very fidgety. Even if I'm watching a video in the middle of it, I'll be like, oh my God, it's the same content over and over again. You don't want that, right? You want something that's a little bit more meaningful. Plus, I personally feel that we are living in an age where I think most of the edtechs, for us, the aim was, there were two things that we focused on. One, high completion rates, right? Because if according to a lot of data available out there, only 3% of people are able to complete the courses that they opt in for, right? Even for the live programs that we see, live courses, that percentage is 15%. It's terrible, right? So if out of 100 people who are actually spending on the program, 15 people are only able to complete the program, then what kind of outcomes can you expect anyway? Right? So we are able to achieve a completion rate of around 80-85%. And we've been able to do that consistently. Because we understand the learners, we understand where they're coming from, we are actually there for them. So that also makes them feel that, okay, we can like we should come back here.
Yeah.
We should come and learn. And the second outcome is that if somebody is learning, they should enjoy that experience enough to go out and tell other people about it.
Right.
Right?
How are
So-
you bringing that?
Yeah, so that's very organic. So right now, I mean, our recent success was the VC Fellowship, which, of course, it's out there. Everybody can see it, and it's become the best program in South Asia for the venture capital for people to break into the VC space. And I think what we've noticed is that every fellow out there, you know, and by the way, we are 100% transparent in the sense that we've listed everybody who's been shortlisted for the fellowship on the website. Right? So anybody can go and reach out to these people. And every fellow on an average has at least recommended 2 people to go and apply for the fellowship. So far we have spent absolutely nothing on marketing, right? There's of course been a lot of work. I'm not saying there's not been effort in marketing because Rajan looks at
Organically.
distribution, but it's been very, very organic. And the
Because even I
response-
see that you guys are not doing a lot of marketing, I think, for Metwe, but whatever it is, I think it's organically.
Yeah, it's a lot of word of mouth. It's a lot of referrals. It's a lot of being at the right place at the right time, right? And I think just kind of letting people know that hey, we are there, you know, and we would want to help you out.
Coming to be on the right time and right place, how did you guys start up and how did your journey started? I have read a lot about you guys starting with some other things and you had a different brand. Talk about that. Give audience the taste of entrepreneurship and the beginning of it.
So like you mentioned, being at the right time at right place, I believe that when we started our journey in 2018, we made a hyperlocal networking application that connects you with the people around you on the basis of your networking needs,
Yeah.
right? So the Metwe app was able to predict your networking needs and was able to connect you with the people on the application. So again, it was a hyperlocal networking app connecting people on the basis of the location, and we scaled to around like 50,000 users, right? Somehow we were able to build that tech product being commerce grads, right? But
Being a commerce grad, you guys
we were
made
able
a
to make
technology.
the tech. Yeah, we got some interns. मतलब हमने उनको रिक्वेस्ट किया कि आप बना दो इसको हमारे लिए.
Seriously, that's how it went.
Yeah.
We gave them a very nominal stipend because we didn't have we invested our money into the company. We didn't have any funds.
When you
to
guys
raise.
were studying in the college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we invested whatever pocket money we had. So we scaled it to, we raised a small round from an incubator and we scaled to 50,000 downloads.
How do you do that?
Basically, it completely happened again through network effect. We went to each college and then we talked about Metwe. We tried to build relationships with people who were, you know, sort of a influence, like who had a good influence in that particular college. So it's a very, you might find it very non-scalable, but this is actually that we do that. We went to each college and then we spoke about Metwe. We you know, we told them that the app is
You
going to
started
launch.
calling it Metwe back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we met at Metwe, right?
Yeah,
So it
it's
was
a hashtag Metwe, which we were using back then.
Okay.
So, you know, I think it's, we look at people, you know, whenever we're talking about marketing, a lot of people come and say that, hey, you know, you need to have something for them on the first day for them to stick around in the product, right? What we realized is that, you know, we did not have the technology, we did not have the capital, we did not take a single penny from our parents.
Right.
So we came from middle class families. We did not have access to so-called mentors who were able to, you know, at that point of time. Of course, there were a few people who were supporting us, but it was not that we were getting that 24/7 kind of a support that we have now, right? So at that point of time, it was a lot about letting people know that hey, there is a problem that we know that you guys have.
Okay.
And that problem is that you want to connect with people who can guide you or help you grow professionally.
Okay.
But you don't have that access right now. So we are going to try and build that for you. But for that to happen, you need to be a part of our product, be a part of our vision, be a part of the mission that we are trying to accomplish. And I think when you go and talk to people out there, right, I think that when you create that empathy, people automatically flock and they start supporting you,
Yeah.
right? So,
And when they see that, okay, these, so they are of our age, right? We were in college. And then when they see that, okay, if these people can do it and they are of our age, so that supports comes, there's a, you know, there's a soft corner that, okay, they are of our age and that's, you know, we
They are
should
doing
support budding entrepreneurs. And if they can do it, we can
Which
also do
college,
it.
by the way, you guys are studying in?
Kirodimal.
Kirodi College.
Okay.
So
Quite supportive batchmates.
I think not only people within the college.
the
I
entire
think
university was quite supportive.
I think
feel,
Delhi
at that point of
University
time.
is,
it's very open and
pretty, yeah.
they support
great
new
place to be.
initiatives, right? If you say that I'm building something they will not ask you why you are building it, but they'll say that, okay, show us, we'll promote it, right?
Okay.
And that happens. I think that is a university culture, right?
Yeah.
So university also matters a lot. But then we scaled to 50,000 downloads, and no one thought that a world will stop, right? COVID will happen. So I don't think we were at the right time at right place. We were at completely wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. Maybe at that
Yeah.
time, yes.
So I think at all of a sudden, so we were, we got a term sheet from, well-known fund, and we were pretty much sorted. We were like, okay, we are now going to expand. First time we were getting access to a, a large amount of capital per se, a relatively large capital, and we were thrilled that okay, now this is going to happen. We are going to scale. I think Rajan and I, none of us applied for placements, right? I had asked him not to do it, and I myself did not do it. So I think that got us into a position where we did not have any opportunities. There was just one term sheet
Yeah.
that we had depended everything upon, and all of a sudden COVID happened. So you're asking people to connect hyper locally, which means
Yeah.
that you want people to. So imagine, I'll tell you what the product was. So imagine that you open your phone
Yeah.
and you see that there are a lot of similar people around you on the map moving as they move in the real life.
Right.
They're moving on the map, but they have something to offer that is relevant to you,
Yeah.
right? So you can have a look at their
It's
profile,
like a
you can
mix
connect
of
with them.
Snapchat and Happen.
Yes, but interestingly, you can also find when they're available, and you can block their calendars, and you can plan a meetup with them.
I mean, this was an amazing idea.
Yeah. So and we had built all of this. By the way, we had built a very interesting recommendation system on neural networks. So it was I wouldn't say it was a very very complex AI. Now of course you can't say that because everyone is doing AI.
Yeah.
But relative to that stage, I think we had put in a lot of efforts in building some very interesting algorithms, which were able to predict user needs even before they came up.
Yeah.
Right. So, for example, 6 months down the line, because I am in college first year, I might require an internship. So the app was able to identify that, recognize that, and try and help you connect with people who will serve that future need for you today in advance.
That was brilliant.
Yeah. So that's what we were trying to do. But that required people to go outside their houses, their campuses, and all of a sudden, because of the pandemic, they were not able to do that. So that became like
Somewhat you are doing the same now. It's online. The cohorts.
I mean, the vision has been somewhat similar. That we want people to get access to people that they can look up to. But what we realized is that when people started meeting on the app, there were two major reasons why they wanted to meet people. Right, one was access to knowledge capital.
Okay.
Right, so if I'm getting to sit with a head of marketing at Maggie, right, I would want to understand. What are the kind of principles that she follows, right? Or how does she plan her entire calendar, or how does she manage her day, or how does she upskill, or what are the ABCs of marketing according to her, or how could I become a great marketing executive or a manager or a CMO later on, right? I think in a similar way, the other need was that they wanted to understand how can they build a career in that particular space, right? They're getting a job, opportunity, internship, right? And we realized that both of these two needs can be solved in a more structured way if it's done online,
Okay.
right? Which is,
So you had this thought back then?
no, we had this thought when the pandemic happened. Because we were forced to look at the back end of the app, see what people are doing. And a lot of people were looking up entrepreneurship, data science. And we realized,
Before that also we made a Facebook.
yes. So they were
before
very,
that, but before that also we had some sort of an inclination towards learning,
Yes.
and we did an experiment. We made a Facebook page that says Metri Learn. I used to teach to 11, 12 students. I used to like teaching. So I was very fascinated about when I was in my school, and you can say that there were few teachers I really liked that how they teach, because they had that control over the classroom, right?
Right.
In one period you will see that
It's very important to be a good teacher. I mean,
So basically, there was a period when no one is listening to the teacher, and the next teacher comes and everyone is automatically attentive because he's going to come and tell some stories, right? So how do you command that audience by teaching in a way that's really exciting? So that is something that used to fascinate me, that I wanted to learn that how they teach, right? And then I started teaching. I started to create stories around every accounting lesson and business lesson, and I really used to enjoy it. So
when are you going to conduct any cohort? Won't met me then.
No,
we take sessions.
Oh, you do?
We
Yeah,
take
yeah.
sessions of
Oh, I'm
entrepreneurship.
not aware. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So we get a great feedback on our sessions.
और ये
But I
जरूरी
like
है.
this friendship. I mean, how did you guys click in that way that यार शुरू करते हैं कुछ? How did you take that step of starting this? As you said that सब लोग complain करते हैं, but nobody is doing anything.
I never had the startup bug, right? I never had it because I didn't know what startup exactly means.
Okay.
So we used to work in few societies in college together, and we
Acha.
used to rant about those things that are not which we don't like about the clubs,
Acha.
right? So he used to call me and we used to rant and ये हो गया वैसा हो गया.
Okay.
तो वहाँ से we had that connection, right? And one fine day he came and he asked me कि मेरे पास एक startup idea है, तुझे करना है? ऐसी कर, तुझे करना है? मैंने कहा क्या idea है? कह रहा वहाँ तो किसी को वहाँ कोई बैठा हुआ है. मैंने कहा हाँ. कह रहा अगर तुझे पता चला वो क्या करता है तो तू क्या जानना चाहेगा? अगर वो तेरी हेल्प कर सकता है. मतलब he was trying to explain the product. उस टाइम मुझे आधी चीजें नहीं समझ आई इसकी. बट मैंने कहा ठीक है चलो करते हैं. So that is how it just started. Like I didn't had that thing in the back of my mind. There was a hunger to learn something new because the college and activities were becoming repetitive, right? So and there
और
was
teaching पसंद थी.
a time भी था हाथ में मेरे.
हाँ.
तो मैंने कहा ठीक है करते हैं. Let's start it. और
How did that bug bite you? The
यार मेरे लिए
entrepreneurship
it was
bug.
very different. I wanted to be a musician at one point of time.
Oh, you look like one.
I do look like one. I had a band in school. so as a lead singer, I think that I have had that interest in music. I've always loved music. So I realized that is something I wanted to do. And one day my father just sat me down and he's like, you know what? You might not make a lot of money.
Oh, wow.
And
Such a nice parent.
yeah. So no, he's like he's the one who actually encouraged me to pursue music. Okay, that's
Okay.
the interesting part. So he's the one who pushed me that to riyaz kar, and you learn XYZ instruments. But then he was like, if you want to become just another musician, it's a lot of struggle, and as a middle class family person, you might really struggle because we might not be able to support you beyond a certain point, which was fair. So, but at the same time, I never saw myself into a conventional job role.
अच्छा job role.
है ना मतलब I was like यार ये तो because I'm relatively a creative person. I like अरे ताकि यार एग्जाम दे पाए.
Entrepreneurship पे थे हम लोग.
हाँ तो यार मैंने कहा ये तो नहीं हो पाएगा. So that's why when I opted for commerce,
that's
I was very वो about it कि पता नहीं सही कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे. And then pictures came out and I saw कि अच्छा ये भी कुछ होता है. मतलब अपना खुद का काम करके कूल भी लग सकते हैं. ठीक है. और
यार, मैंने नहीं देखी इतना अच्छे से pictures.
अरे it's amazing. It's an amazing series.
तो season
Because उस time पे Silicon Valley was also very popular, but I मतलब at that point of time I watched TVF pictures first, then I watched Silicon Valley, right? So I was like, wow यार ये तो बड़ा interesting चीज है. And you can be creative, you can make a lot of money, and you can still create value for the people. आप impact create कर सकते हो. So that really got me going, and I was like, okay, this is what I wanted to do. Because then there was a B-plan competition, my life's first B-plan competition that happened, and that was at DPS Arkipuram, and I won that, right? And that process of going through that entire activity, that just blew my head. I was like, okay, this is what I want to do, because all of a sudden I didn't feel like going to sleep, right? It actually kept me awake. So I was like, हाँ यही करना है.
So you need to keep your options open. I think you need to explore a lot of things too.
या जितना अर्ली आप एक्सप्लोर करोगे ना उतना अच्छा है. मैं तो कहूंगा कि स्कूल के टाइम पे ना यू नीड टू गो आउट एंड डू एवरीथिंग दैट यू कैन.
Yeah.
Go and try your luck
Now
at
it's
horse
possible
riding.
also. People are all over the internet. They're talking and
create
speaking also.
content.
So we got to know how you, started with the entrepreneurship, and how did you guys met. But what about finding the right co-founder to start any business? How important is that?
See, I think I should take up that story. तो जब मेरे को पहला स्टार्टअप करना था तो थोड़ा आइडिया अलग था. वो आइडिया लेके I went to all of these people. And that was when I was interning, doing my first internship, which was with Ogilvy and Mathur. So I had this idea. I started reaching out to these people. I was like, यार, I want to do something. कुछ करते हैं. And we were like, ठीक है, equal equity divide करो, आगे बढ़ो, जो भी है. And that obviously did not work out. That idea also did not work out. And we eventually realized कि it's very different when you are friends and when you work professionally.
Right.
And that's true for a lot of people because maturity level when you're 18 is also, I mean, you're not mature. Let's be honest. I mean, right? Nobody is, I guess. So I think when you're working with somebody professionally,
Right.
you need to have that kind of maturity. That if you are friends at a personal level, also it should not seep into your personal relationship,
Yeah.
and your personal fight should not seep into your professional relationship. ठीक है? तो I think वो maturity मेरे अंदर भी नहीं थी, उन लोगों के अंदर भी नहीं थी.
How young were
So
you?
I was 18. I was
Too
18,
young.
right? So that was very, very difficult, and that did not work out. तो उसके बाद मैं गया, I spoke to a few random people. I like co-founder बनोगे?
And does that even work? I don't think so that works.
Things that you should not do.
Thing that you should
Exactly,
not.
things that you should not
यार,
do.
क्योंकि अब ये पता नहीं था ना, तो क्या? I mean, how do you connect with
हाँ, but
co-founders
लेकिन
today?
हाथ पैर हर जगह मार रहता है.
हाथ पैर मारा था, दोस्तों को बोल रहे थे यार कोई है तेरे सर्किट में जो थोड़ा स्मार्ट है, who you can connect me with. I'll go and have a chat and I'll see if they would want to build with me, right? So that was how I was taking it forward. But it wasn't working out. So, but I had one. So everyone asked me कि यार marketing के लिए अगर तेरे को लेना होगा किसको लेगा? मैंने कहा भाई एक कॉलेज में एक बंदा है, वो ना अपने कॉलेज में तो सब उसको जानते हैं, बाकी कॉलेज में भी लोग उसको जानते हैं.
Are you talking about Rajan?
Yes. So मैं कहा यार मार्केटिंग करना है, प्रोडक्ट स्टूडेंट्स के लिए बना रहे हैं, राजन लूथरा को मार्केटिंग देंगे.
इससे मेरा एक और सवाल ये था. I recently spoke to Udit Goenka and I think you both know him.
Yeah.
So he told that the right time to become an entrepreneur is at the age of 30. What are your views on this?
So there is a data that says that average age of successful founders is 40,
Yeah.
right? Which is the average of successful founders. But if you look at a founder who has got successful at 40, he might have done a lot of experiments starting from 18 or 19 only that gave him a success at 40, right? So it's about that when you start your journey, पहले 5 साल तो समझ ही नहीं आता कि आपने करा क्या है या कैसे करना है.
Right.
ठीक है, वो few exceptions है कि start करते ही आप successful हो गए, but for us also it took us a lot of time to understand PMF क्या होता है, scalable कौन सी चीज़ है, कौन सी नहीं है, क्या होना चाहिए, क्या नहीं होना चाहिए. तो वो अब जब हमें लगता है हम 30 या 40 के होंगे उससे थोड़ा सा पहले,
हाँ.
we might come into that category, right?
Right.
See, I think success is a very relative term.
Yeah.
एक कॉलेज स्टूडेंट के लिए शायद 30,000 की इंटर्नशिप क्रैक करना is
Success.
very success.
Yes.
So, like he or she being very successful.
Extraordinary,
Right?
yeah.
Extraordinary. For a 23-year-old, getting a CTC of 10 or 10 plus is, I think, extraordinary success, right? So I think it's very relative. But अगर आप बात करते हो कि at a global level what success is, तो I think किसी भी profession में maximum number of successful people will be 40 or 40 plus only. So I think that has little to do with entrepreneurship per se.
Okay.
What I personally believe in is कि whatever you want success in, the earlier you start, the more hours you invest in it,
Right.
the more you fail, eventually your odds of success increase.
Increases.
Right?
I believe on
so if
that.
you're starting at 30, then that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel that you have already, maybe not invested the first 10 years of your life into entrepreneurship.
But आपका risk appetite भी कम हो
बट
जाता है
उनका
ना.
ये मतलब भी नहीं था. मतलब ऑब्वियसली वो बोल रहे थे कि मतलब बिजनेस करो, दूसरों के पैसे पे करो, कहीं और करो.
नहीं, that is also an approach.
But then
वो
आपका
भी एक approach है.
risk appetite एक और approach है कि आपका risk appetite कम हो जाता है because if you are 30 you have a lot of liabilities, right?
It
You can't
does.
just leave your job and just start a
18 में
business.
जो zeal होती है, जो passion होता है कुछ करने का.
आपके ऊपर वो responsibilities कम होती हैं and as you go up in the ladder the responsibilities adds up so risk appetite goes down, right?
Right.
So that is also a case, right?
Startup idea, like how do you make and break a startup idea? कब realize होता है कि that this startup idea can work? और
यार अगर आप start कर रहे हो as a youngster, कोई भी बैठ के SWOT analysis या pestle कोई नहीं करता. I think it's just about what drives you, right? And I feel that that has its own relevance because once you are somebody who has an understanding of the landscape, you have some experience. Just for example, if we'll start another venture at any
Right.
point of time in future, so probably we'll take a different approach. Then it will not be about कि भाई education drives him, education drives me, therefore we should do education. Then it might be more about अच्छा इस particular sector में बहुत बड़ी opportunity है, हमें यहाँ पर एक potential दिख रही है, we have the right set of connects, let's probably go and do something about this, right? तब ये approach होगा. But as a youngster, I think that's not the approach that you're able to take because you are not good at anything, essentially, right? So you don't have a skill set. But there's only one thing that's actually pushing you to do anything in life, and that is that passion for trying to solve a specific problem. That's pretty much it. So I think that is, in my opinion, the approach that every youngster should take anyway. Because if you're not passionate enough to like wake up every day and push yourself even when you're not able to see any light. You know, go on, do it over and over again. Shot in the dark. You know, all
How
of
do
those
you keep yourself motivated,
phrases
both of
come in.
you?
I think that's that, right? I mean, I mentioned that education emotionally drives us.
Okay.
तो अगर वो नहीं होता तो probably we would, I mean, काफी बार हुआ है पिछले 4-5 साल में भी that we've been edtech has gone through a big slump,
Yeah.
right? In the last couple of years we've seen that. So and we are, you know, relatively well read. तो हमें दिख रहा था कि अच्छा यहाँ भी opportunity है. If we stop this, go and build something else, maybe हमें उस time पे वहाँ पे success मिल जाती जल्दी. But I think that emotional connection becomes very important at a younger stage because उस time पे ना आपके जो ups and downs होंगे वो ज़्यादा होंगे, आपके लिए struggle ज़्यादा होगा. तो अगर आप उसमें सिर्फ money को motivation बना के करोगे ना तो आप नहीं कर पाओगे.
Okay.
You need something more to drive you.
चलो मुझे passion है. I want to start a clothing brand. ठीक
Yeah.
है. Now how do I go about it? If somebody who's in 12th
See, the
standard
problem is
right
that now you have an opportunity cost. That's exactly why Rajan mentioned कि 30 से पहले start कर लो. Because अब आप ये सोचोगे कि यार मैं already X amount I'm making. You know, I have ABC responsibilities that I have to take care of. Maybe I want to get married at
No, but not for
certain
me.
age.
I'm asking for a 12th standard student want to start this.
So what happens that
Go and intern at a clothing brand.
understanding of the space, and half of the people like really don't know about who is their customer, right? And this is what we talk about a lot. Like if you want to start your clothing brand, the moment you start defining your customer, you will start getting the direction.
Okay.
मतलब people say that I want to start the clothing brand, and आपको किसको बेचना है? मुझे सबको बेचना है. जब आपने बोल दिया मुझे सबको बेचना है, तो आप किसी को नहीं बेच पाओगे. So within clothing brand, what kind of a clothing would be there? It would be the fast fashion or would be the sustainable fashion, right? If it would be the fast fashion, then what kind of a category it would be, right?
Right.
Premium
But
products.
like, what are the steps that a
affordable
person
products.
need to go through? Like, if you can demonstrate it.
So अगर real life के हिसाब से बात करें तो first step I think should be to go and intern. Should be to go intern at a clothing brand, meet and network with as many people in that industry that you possibly can, right? That will automatically help you understand
How do
the
you meet
basics
such
of the
people?
landscape.
How do you meet
Such people मतलब अगर मैं नायका में किसी को जानता हूँ, someone who's working say on the design side or on the business side, and I want to understand both. So I would want to connect with those mentors, right?
और
और
LinkedIn पे हर कोई connect नहीं कर पाता.
तो Metwe, that's
You
where
can
we
go
come
to
in
Metwe.
precisely, right? So
क्या plug in मारा है लोगों ने? Metwe.
तभी तो बनाया है ताकि किसी को अगर ऐसा लगे कि मैं किसी फाउंडर से कैसे कनेक्ट करूं, तो it can happen through Mitvi, right? So I think there's a framework which I feel not just for clothing brand but for every problem. You just see that how big is the problem, right? What is the size? So अगर वो ज़्यादा बड़ा है तो आप उसको टिक कर दो, right? Second, how frequent the problem is. Like if I ask you how frequently you use your Paytm or Google Pay, you use it very highly frequently, right?
Right.
तो आप कुछ बेच रहे हो, अब अगर आप प्रोडक्ट्स बेच रहे हो तो आपके प्रोडक्ट्स कितने फ्रीक्वेंटली वो लोग लेंगे, डिपेंड करता है कैटेगरी पे. कुछ प्रोडक्ट्स लेते हो आप once in a year, right?
Okay.
There's some fast fashion products you buy like every 2 months. So frequency goes into the picture, right?
Right.
How big is the problem? Third, there's a framework that says urgency. Is it urgent for you to buy that solution? For example, if you want to order food on Zomato, right? And मैं आपको बोलूँ कि क्या है, 2 दिन बाद मंगवा लेना खाना. You will be like कि मुझे भूख अभी लग रही है, मैं 2 दिन बाद कैसे मंगवाऊँ, right? So if the problem is big enough, if it's high frequently, like Zomato is highly frequent, it's urgent, right? Then if it's expensive, how much you can charge? If it's अगर बहुत सारे लोगों को आप केटर करो तो हो सकता है एक्सपेंसिव ना हो, बट अगर आप बहुत कम लोगों को केटर कर रहे हो तो हो सकता है बहुत एक्सपेंसिव हो. तो एक्सपेंसिव भी उसके अंदर आता है. तो आपको सब देखना पड़ता है. मतलब ये फ्रेमवर्क हम पूरा वी टीच इन आवर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप कोहॉर्ट कि हाउ बिग इज द प्रॉब्लम, इफ यस हाउ फ्रीक्वेंट इट इज, इफ यस हाउ पॉपुलर इट इज, हाउ ग्रोइंग इट इज. इट मींस नंबर ऑफ पीपल फेसिंग दैट आर गोइंग अप और गोइंग डाउन. So there might be a problem which is popular, but the number of people facing that are going down.
Okay.
So how the market is growing year on year, right? And then if it's frequent or not, or if it's urgent or not. Once you start answering these questions and asking yourself कि whether the problem I'm trying to solve is popular, it's growing, it's urgent, it's frequent, आपको खुद ही आंसर मिल जाएगा कि आपको करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए.
Okay.
बट इसके बाद भी ना फ्रेमवर्क्स तो आप बहुत सारे पढ़ भी सकते हो, बट इसके बाद भी यू नीड दोस कनेक्ट्स हु कैन एक्चुअली कम एंड वैलिडेट योर आइडिया. सो यू कम अप एंड से दैट ओके आई वांट टू बिल्ड अ स्ट्रीट वेयर ब्रांड.
Right.
ठीक है, स्पेसिफिकली टारगेटेड टुवर्ड्स से अ मैच्योर ऑडियंस 30 प्लस, बिकॉज़ वो सारे इतना ज्यादा ग्राफिटी नहीं पहन सकते जो प्रोबेबली है ना. तो अब उनके लिए मुझे बनाना है. अब दैट्स अ वाइड स्पेस हाइपोथेटिकली कि अच्छा ज्यादा ब्रांड उसमें नहीं है शायद. तो अब आप जाओगे, maybe you go and interact with somebody who's working with an existing clothing brand. So they might come and say that no, this is not relevant. There are already X number of brands who've done this, or there is not enough space, or the price point that they're looking that you're looking at is not right. So I think that will be very, very contextual knowledge capital that you'll get access to. बिकॉज अगर मैं कोई क्लोथिंग ब्रांड बनाना है, मैं एक टेक फाउंडर के साथ बैठ के बात कर रहा हूँ, मे बी मुझे खाली एक जेनेरिक एडवाइस मिल सकती है.
सो आप बोल रहे हो कि जो पर्टिकुलर नेटवर्क है, जो राइट नेटवर्क है, उनसे कनेक्ट करो.
राइट नेटवर्क से कनेक्ट
पहले
करो,
दैट इज द फोरमोस्ट स्टेप,
राइट रिसोर्सेज का एक्सेस लो, राइट एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में अपनी लर्निंग को प्लान करो.
ओके,
राइट, और वो एक मेंटर के साथ ही हो सकता है. somebody who's willing to invest their time and energy into you and say that okay चलो ठीक है, मैं देखता हूँ कैसे कर सकते हैं इसको.
but a lot of people cannot get access to that, and हर चीज का solution is not even a course. then
एक्सपेरिमेंट करना पड़ेगा आपको ना छोटे लेवल पे. ठीक है.
I think yeah, that is
A lot of people don't think about distribution. हम ये बना रहे हैं, अब आप वो बना सकते हो, बट इसका मतलब नहीं कि आप वो बेच सकते हो.
हाँ,
ठीक है, हम ये बना रहे हैं and they get over optimistic कि चल जाएगा. Now what we have realized very recently that the distribution led approach really helps. कि आप इसको distribute कैसे करोगे? If that distribution is sorted out, then you might get successful faster than as compared to you have no distribution.
so distribution सोच करके
अगर आप करते हो, वो भी एक अप्रोच है. जैसे कि ड्रॉप शिपिंग क्या होती है? ड्रॉप शिपिंग मतलब एक प्रोडक्ट है, उसकी बहुत डिमांड है. अब मुझे पता है कि इसकी डिमांड है, तो मैंने अपने पास प्रोडक्ट नहीं दिया, मैंने कहीं से ऑर्डर दिया, सीधा वहां पहुंचा दिया.
you're just delivering.
So on demand, a lot of products models works, right? People makes money, but what we have realized very recently that people get over optimistic. आपको लगा कि मैं ये स्टार्ट करूंगा, मैं ये let's say क्लोथ्स बेचूंगा, कहाँ बेचूंगा, कैसे बेचूंगा, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कैसे होगा, उसके आंसर्स नहीं होते. ठीक है, हर बार नहीं होते, बट अगर आपको वो आंसर्स पहले से मिल रहे हैं, अगर आप उस पर थोड़ा एफर्ट मारो और डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में थोड़ी क्लैरिटी आ जाए, तो आपका बिजनेस थोड़ा फास्टर ग्रो करेगा.
so execution के पहले distribution भी देखो and validate your idea, speak
and
to the
be
right
persistent.
network.
People give up too easily. I think that's the problem with Gen Z as a generation, right? And that's not limited to professional life, right? That goes everywhere. कि मुझे दिख रहा है अच्छा यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा blockage आ रहा है, I'm going to drop it. मुझे ठीक है, नहीं हो रहा है, it's not going to work out, I'm going to go and try something else.
Yeah.
Because there are so many options professionally. There are just so many things that you can do today. So you give up very easily. ठीक है, I think that it's important to understand कि ठीक है, now this idea is not working and accept it and move on. But essentially, if you look at most of the successful people, they were very persistent with what they did.
so
It took
लगे
them
रहो is what
years.
you're saying.
हाँ, मतलब Paytm को it's a very big brand today. You look at it. When did Paytm's parent company start? 1990s में शुरू हुई है वो.
Quite a bit.
है ना, मतलब वो 2011-12 में लोगों को दिखा कि अच्छा पेटीएम एग्जिस्ट करता है, 16-17 में फट गया.
राइट टाइम
But-
भी बहुत जरूरी
बट
है
आप
यार.
सोचो ना,
any-
इज माई ट्रिप को 17 साल लगे यार.
राइट टाइम कैसे आप डिफाइन कर सकते हो? नथिंग राइट टाइम. अगर आप 2015 में क्विट कर देते, तो आपको पता था कि इस 2016 में डिमोनेटाइजेशन आएगा, पता ही नहीं था, राइट? सो स्टे लॉन्ग इन द मार्केट टू टेक एडवांटेज ऑफ द राइट टाइम.
Also, what about networking? I feel that you guys have mastered the art of networking. How did you?
ऐसा नहीं है.
No,
अभी
no.
बहुत कुछ है.
फुटबॉल देखना शुरू कर दो.
बात तो सही है.
इसका सॉल्यूशन ये है कि मुझे आएगा बोलेगा या तू फुटबॉल देख, मैं भाई मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है. तो कोई बात नहीं, तू जबरदस्ती तो फुटबॉल देखना शुरू कर. मैंने कहा
You're
क्यों?
fan of football.
या बिग टाइम.
So any meeting that we have, or investor meeting and all, इसने कोई जर्सी पहनी होगी किसी क्लब की,
अच्छा.
और जर्सी देखेंगे, अच्छा आप इसके फैन हो, वो डिस्कशन स्टार्ट हो जाएगा.
Oh, that's a nice way to network.
एंड देन द डिस्कशन जस्ट हैपनिंग ऑन फुटबॉल पे इतना ओपन अप हो गए कि उसके बाद
बातें तो हो ही गई.
तो इसलिए मतलब इट्स अपॉन it can happen any like through interest, it can happen through but what I have learned is to see how you can help other people, right? If you just have that attitude that how can I help you before that I ask for help,
Yeah.
and if you can add value to my life, then I would give you more time as compared to someone just come and just always request me for something or another thing,
Yeah.
right? But you
So
have to
give before taking.
you have to actually think how you can add value to the people. That is the best way to network, because then people take you more seriously, right? And everyone wants you to add value to their life, right?
But how do you meet great people, investors at the right time? How do you do that? How do you be at the right place?
It's a very slow process. You need to
Slow
find.
process.
It's a very slow process because right people is a very relative term, right? I mean, I could be right for somebody, and they couldn't be right for me, maybe. So over a period of time, you need to go out there, interact with as many people as you can. Over a period of time, you'll start realizing what kind of people are able to add value to your life and what kind of people are just there, and there's a lot of fluff and very little substance.
Yeah, substance.
And that is an understanding that you will gain by going out there, networking, and then not being able to take much out of it.
But do you join any community as such?
We have part of communities. So there's
If
a
you can name few for.
So before that, I would want to mention a concept. There's a concept which is related to strong ties and loose ties, right?
Okay.
So why I know these concepts, because my first TEDx was on networking.
अच्छा.
तो मुझे लगा कि मेरे personal experiences तो हैं ही, but I did have some research that how people actually, like, what is the science behind networking. So it's a Venn diagram. कि आपके strong ties, आपके loose ties, there has to be some intersection so that आपके पास नई opportunities भी आ रही हैं. Right? And there's also a study that says that your mind is like it works like a digital camera, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's say he knows 1,500 people,
Yeah.
right? Now think it in a way, would you want to keep photographs in your camera, 1,500 images with less resolution, or would you want to keep 150 pictures but with a high resolution?
I think I will go with the high resolution.
Similarly, it happens in networking that there's a study that says that a human mind is not able to have more than 150 connections, meaningful connections at one point of time, right? तो हम क्या करते हैं, हम सोचते हैं इवेंट में जाएंगे, सबको कार्ड देंगे, हम इतना अपने माइंड में वो भर लेते हैं कि हम किसी भी ठीक से बात नहीं कर पाते. So rather than knowing 1,500 people, if you know 150 people relevant, but you have a meaningful connection with them, that whenever you call them, they're up for you and you are up for them for anything. So networking is more about quality than quantity.
So, like, how do you guys are revolutionizing the learning journey for students, and what kind of impact are you going to create by the cohorts? I know you have answered that, but I just want like more in-depth answer to this, as in what MetaV has planned on doing for the next 2-3 years also, and how is it rolling out currently?
See, what we believe is that when it comes to learning, like I mentioned, it needs to be personalized, it needs to be gamified, and it also needs to have the right set of entry barriers at the right places, right? I mean, there's a reason why IITs, or DU is DU, because there are some kind of entry barriers, right? That you need serious people, good quality people to kind of be around, and that willingness to learn should be very high.
Right.
So that is one. And the entry barrier should not be monetary, right? That is very important, because as soon as you say that I want an entry barrier and you're charging like a shitloads of money for somebody to get access to a learning experience, you're essentially just focusing on people who have a lot of money.
Right. So,
Right.
what barriers do you think?
So I think understanding how serious someone is to build a specific skill, right? And secondly, if they have the aptitude
Okay.
to be able to go and build that particular skill, I think those things should be the entry barriers, in my opinion.
How do you check that though?
There are a lot of ways, right? There are. I mean, you can have a conversation with someone, and if you know what questions to ask, you'll be able to figure it out. There are tests that you can give to somebody.
So, does that happen in Metwe?
So for our VC fellowship, we have maintained an acceptance rate of around 3 to 5%.
Okay.
Right, so it's a very, very selective program. So most of our alums come from Ivy Leagues, which is Stanford, Harvard, Oxford, Yale. We've had people from IITs, IIMs, but also people who are not from these colleges, but are equally smart,
Have
right? And have an
curiosity to
understanding.
learn.
Yes.
Right? Because it worked two ways. Because if you, let's say you got a best mentor, right? The mentor should also feel that his time is valued
Right.
when he do such interactions, right? If you just have 50 people who have very low intent and not asking anything, and they have their videos and mic off, then the mentor will feel that it was not worth it. Right? So you have to maintain the quality on both the ends. So it's just about the intent and hunger to learn, and how the people will have a conversation with mentor, so that he feels that his time is valued, because that is what he's bringing, right, to
And
us.
then only more and more mentors will like to join Metwe as well, because they are also valued.
Yes. So the question is that our education companies today are thinking about the mentor's experience also in depth, which we feel are very less, right? Because again, you can't just commoditize mentors, right? Mentors should not be look as a numbers, but they are also bringing their precious time to the table. And apart from monetary incentive, it hardly matters to them because they're working at such a high level. So that monetary incentive might not be motivation, but the motivation would be to make an impact.
Right.
And that can only happen through quality interactions. That is why Harvard is Harvard, because that conversations inside the Harvard are really interactive.
And how did you guys bring them on board? How,
So I
how
think
difficult was
that's
that?
what word of mouth is about, right? So when we started doing this, I think we had a very specific distribution strategy in terms of instead of running ads, right, and being out there, we wanted to very specifically target people that we really want in the cohort, right? So we realized that somebody who wants to get into VC, obviously VCs are a little elitist in terms of the kind of pedigree that they expect or the kind of people that they're looking for, right? They're very, very selective. It's not an easy space to, break into. So we wanted to get people who are really, really smart. They are very curious about the VC space. They have an understanding of the startup space. And I think the way that we reached out to those people, I think that was the key in terms of getting them to come and interview for the process, right? And I think it's all about getting the first couple of batches right.
Yeah.
Because once you have those kind of people on board and they understand that, okay, there's a lot of value that's being created for them within these cohorts, they will go out there and talk about it in their circles.
circles.
And their circles are always relevant for us because they have similar attributes,
TGs, yeah.
right? And that will automatically help you get the next set of applications. So we have always believed in a more Zoho-ish way of growth, right?
So word of mouth is what you're saying.
Word of mouth, referrals, but most importantly, a strong, fundamentally strong business model. And instead of, say, burning a lot of VC funds to grow.
And if you can talk about the range that your courses.
See, our programs are priced anywhere from $3,000 to up to about $60,000 at this point.
Okay. That's the range.
That's the range, right?
The maximum it can go is to 60,000.
So we have cohorts on consulting, entrepreneurship, data analytics, finance, right? These are very open-ended programs. It means there's no as such interview process, right?
There's no entry barrier. So these are
so-
open for everyone to come and learn.
They cost around 5,000 to 5,500 to 4,000 to 5,500. But when it comes to VC fellowship, when it comes to other CMO fellowship, we believe that these are very deep dive programs, and that will require people with higher intent, right? Because otherwise, as I mentioned, that if we have to take only 30 people, we would take those who have a very high intent, right, and hunger to learn. That is why it's a very selective process. It's a longer experience, deep dive experience, and then it costs around 50,000 to 60,000, right? So we are building on the both the ends. There's some open-ended products as well, but there's some deep dive fellowships as well.
But what about the accreditation? Like, there's no accreditation, and there are a lot of.
Accreditation will fall apart. And that's a prediction that's not being made by me, by
A
the way.
lot of CEOs
No, but
are-
like currently, if I talk about the today's
It's falling
landscape,
apart. If you look at
Again-
US, I'll give you a very interesting, insight. Okay, so Facebook only used to hire from 2 or 3 top colleges. Stanford, I think it was Stanford. It was MIT, and I think it was one more. Right? Today there is no such barrier, and this is like a factual statement that I'm sharing with you. Right?
Okay.
So the biggest of the tech organizations or brands per se have now become open to hire even college dropouts, athletes, people who have no understanding of credibility.
I believe times are changing, things are changing.
Precisely, right?
Yeah.
So the problem with these accreditation is that they are not essentially able to keep pace with how fast the world is growing.
But are the job landscapes changing? Are they accepting?
Absolutely. That's the point, right? So if I'm saying that Facebook is looking more after skills and talent and cultural alignment over the university that somebody comes from, and Facebook is a top organization. And we can see that trickling down into other organizations as well. Of course, there are traditional organizations who are probably a little behind,
yeah.
the culture, and they're still figuring it out, and they still have they prioritize
Yeah.
people coming from certain brands. But it is a change in process.
So do you
And
think
now it has
degrees
started.
matter? Because that's the question that I wanted to ask.
I think it's going to matter
Less and less.
Relatively-
Degree from top universities,
I think what
they
matters
do hold an important role in your resume when an HR sees your resume and it's
right now it does.
Yeah.
But okay, look at it from this perspective. You've done an MBA. Okay, it's a degree. Okay? Now that person has applied for a job. There's another person who doesn't have an MBA, but they have been recommended to you. And let's assume both of these people are applying for an HR manager role. The second person has received a recommendation from the ex-CHRO of Disney Plus Hotstar.
That would make a difference.
Now, if you are an HR manager, who would you prefer?
That would make a difference. Yeah.
That's the point,
Yeah.
right? So what really matters is who is saying that you're good enough for this role. An accreditation, which is actually generic for everyone, where thousands and thousands of people are able to clear it by paying a lot of money, or a very highly valuable recommendation which is coming from a top professional.
But will all the mentors speak good about or give reference to?
That is the point of making a selective fellowship. It cannot be for everybody. We are not saying that we are going to, give access to a CHRO fellowship to 100 people or a VC fellowship to 100 people. It's going to be 30 people in a batch.
So if I
But those
ask
30
you,
people are amazing people.
So if I ask you, you have to hire somebody to work at Metwe.
Yeah.
Whom are you going to hire? Somebody who has a degree from a renowned university, or somebody who has done internship?
So we have one person who is a dropout in our core team.
Acha.
But he was an ex-founder.
So he's somebody who's tried building out a startup twice
Okay.
in the education space, comes from a typical middle class family,
Okay.
right? Didn't crack any top university. But he's by far smarter than a lot of Ivy Leagues also that we get to interact with on a day-to-day basis. There's another person who comes from a fairly mediocre university that I'm not going to name.
Uh-huh.
It's not a tier 1 university, it's barely a tier 2 university. And he ended up getting his startup acquired
Wow.
while he was in college, right? For a relatively small amount, but got acquired. So he is, again, relatively smarter than a lot of very, very smart people that we get to interact with on a day-to-day basis. And both of these people are a part of
So
our core
you
team.
will be willing to hire
Of course.
somebody who has the right skill set. Is
I'll
what
tell
you're
you, so in our core team, there are 3 more people right now, as of today. These are the 2 people that I mentioned. The third person has only 1 internship experience. He also comes from a tier 2 university, and he started his professional journey with us. He's been there with us for 3 years. Started off as an intern. This is our core team. There is no Ivy League. There is no IITs, IITians, right? It's not that we are not saying that somebody coming from an IIT or somebody coming from a DU will not be smart enough, because we are DU grads ourselves. We scored north of 96, 97% ourselves. But it cannot be limited to that, because talent and willingness to work is way more than what a university can say that, okay, you're good enough for this.
So proof of work will say for you, right?
But kahin na kahin, you guys studied from DU, scored 97%, 96%, and are there, building something. And the person who was a dropout is working for you guys.
He has a proof of work, right? Tomorrow, if let's say you are going to apply somewhere, right?
So for the same role, there were people from IIT who also applied.
You just send your work to someone, right? I want to apply to your company, and this is the kind of podcast that I have shooted, right? And you just send your videos. I mean, I'll just have a look at the content and I'll be like, I'll make my decision, right? I will not ask you which college are you from, because your work is speaking for you. So similarly, these people have done some projects in the past that are speaking for their skill set. And if you create more proof of works, so HR would be more interested in looking at that, what you've built in the past, what you've done, what project, what sort of a task that you've done, right? And that will speak for you. The degree will also speak for you, but that will have more leverage because you have done that, right?
And that is true. Even if you look at most of the entrepreneurs today, unicorn startup founders, do you even know which universities do they come from? Which university does Gaurav Munjal come from? Do you know? Doesn't matter. No, because he built something out.
Doesn't matter now where he is.
It did not matter to him even back then. To him, it did not matter. To you, it would have, right?
Yeah.
If you would have looked at hiring him. But he was very confident about what he was trying to build. So what we are seeing is a change in how people say and how people think that they are educated, or how they learn, and how other people perceive their learnings. And that is where we are seeing recommendations, proof of work, right? Willingness to learn being way bigger indicators.
Your digital profile.
Then
how good, like your probably LinkedIn handles, Twitter handles, Instagram handles.
How are you at your personal branding?
So universities, at this point, they do give you an edge. There is no question about it. If somebody is coming from an IIT Delhi, will they have an edge? Yes, they will have an edge. My mentor is from IIT Delhi, for that matter. But at the same time, I have another mentor who is not from IIT Delhi. He is not an IITian. And he adds equal amount of value, if not more.
So you're saying degree is not the only thing that's going to matter? Your skill, the zeal of learning.
We are going to get to a stage in a very short period of time where modern educational systems are going to replace degrees altogether. We are going to get there. Where there will be accreditation, but there will be a new form of accreditation. And accreditation will be determined by the proof of work and the recommendations that people are getting.
Yeah.
Right? What I think crypto is going to do in this case, or blockchain is going to do, is add authenticity to these recommendations and the proof of work that people are doing. That if I can authenticate the proof of work that you've done, right? And if I can authenticate the recommendation that you've got, then it's way more valuable than any degree that you can possibly get. If I'm being referred by a Bill Gates, will there be a single person in this world who would not hire me, as against somebody who's probably done 3 degrees from Harvard and 1 from MIT?
Yeah.
I'll still have a preference, right?
Yeah, you will.
And that was also the case before. But now, that coupled up with proof of work is now starting to get more advantage.
What do you think about, the subjects, the streams that are going to pop up in the next 5 to 10 years, as we see that AI is one of them, prompt engineering is one of
AI,
them.
climate.
Climate.
Yeah.
You feel
Climate
that-
is going to be.
Climate has been pretty hot, right? So, just for context, I think I must have interviewed about 1,000 odd people for the VC fellowship this year, right? And out of that, we shortlisted somewhere about 80, 90 people, like for 3 different cohorts, 25 to 30 in each. You won't believe this, but 60% of all people, when I asked them, okay, which according to you is the hottest sector right now? They said climate. They said sustainability. Another insight. Your Story's founder Shraddha Sharma is one of the investors with Metvi, right? And she's been mentoring us as well to a certain extent. And Your Story has this Tech 30, right, which is the best tech startups in India in that particular year. And out of their Tech 30, as far as I could see, over 20 startups were from sustainability or climate tech space.
You were one of them, no?
No.
Achha.
We are not into sustainability or climate.
No. Like, you guys went on Your Story, no?
Yeah, we went on Your Story.
Yeah.
But this is like a special category of awards that they give.
Okay.
Right?
So sustainability का भी
So
था उसमें?
sustainability is मतलब 30 में से 20 से ज़्यादा जो sustainability और climate tech के startups हैं, इसका मतलब wave आपको पता लग रही है कि कहाँ से आ रही है अभी. Because next 20 years, what will matter the most is probably the very existence of human being, right? So technology and existence for human being, their own survival, how can they further automate their lives? These are going to be the biggest themes, naturally.
Okay.
So this is where we feel that there's going to be. I'm also very confident about AR VR personally. I feel that it's really going to change how people interact with multimedia. I think right now that wave has kind of just died
More
down.
immersive experience. The moment it becomes affordable and you're getting a good quality headset at affordable price.
Yeah. I think it's all about the affordability. When it
Everyone-
reaches the masses,
And
it's there.
it will become some. So
It might
iPhone,
not even be a headset.
when iPhone started, it was not affordable,
Yeah.
accessible for everyone. But then more smartphones came into the picture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So see, right now, if you're at a dining table, you're just in your phone only, right? You don't talk to other people. Most of the time, we are in our mobile phones, right? So that is just going to change to a next level. That everyone you will see sitting together, but having a AR VR on there.
So
Oh, I
imagine
hope
like
that
within
doesn't
your.
come.
But that
No,
is
it will
going to
come, it will
happen.
come. So
Even
imagine
if
that
you
right
don't
now
know-
your specs would have like social media, and
That's already
you're having
happening.
yeah, it's already happening. And then you have a button where you can scroll, so you don't have to pick up your phone, and you are just sitting like this, and you're probably getting zoned out in our conversation, and you can just be like, yeah.
And people will become more lonely, and then they will be talking to AI. That is scary, but that is.
I think we still do know. We still ask ChatGPT a lot of questions.
No, there are actually some very interesting apps. One being Replica, very interesting story behind them. Replica AI. It's a virtual, partner app which was built by somebody who lost their, husband in an accident.
Okay.
And she found it very difficult to move on. So she thought that, hey, can I use the memories that I had collected to train an AI to behave
Yeah,
in
I
the same
saw a
way?
Netflix documentary on that, I guess.
Oh, is there? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not aware about it.
Her
But we know about Replica for the last 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting product. I mean, now a lot of people are using it.
Okay.
Because it becomes a way for you to get that kind of emotional support that you're actually seeking from real human connections, which are becoming more and more distanced. So, whether it's fortunate or unfortunate is a different thing, I think, but it's going to happen. And we'll have to accept it.
I'm just gonna, summarize everything. But before that, I forgot to ask you one thing. I was asking about where people can meet, different investors and what kind of groups a person can join or So
So
if
there are
you have
different
it.
communities for different people, right? So for example, for HR, there's a shape of work community. It's a very interesting community to have a look at. Springworks has its own community. In case it's about learning, then Metfi is a community that people can be a part of. So we run a community, for example, for VC, right? So anyone who's interested in VC, even if they don't get into the fellowship, they can join a free community. They can be a part of it, right? We have a community for for aspiring marketers, CMOX, right?
But where do you guys network?
So
Do you have any community?
yeah,
or
so
any-
again, it depends on the use case, right? For example, if you're just looking to go and connect with a lot of investors, right? So your stories, events are amazing, right? They're very large events, but the best thing is that you're getting to interact with literally the best people out there in the industry, right? I mean, we ended up interacting with Shraddha for the first time in a Your Story event.
I saw
right?
that video of yours.
So that means that no, that's actually later. But I'm talking about my first interaction with Shraddha.
Acha.
Because what happens is that people think that, oh, if somebody's, they're actually such a big shot in the industry, they're not going to be approachable. But that's often because they're not even trying to approach them. So I remember, Shraddha was just standing out there and she was managing a lot of, of course, she was catering to other chief guests and Aman Gupta was there. All of these senior, veterans were there. So Rajan, he was like, bhai, just go and,
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon.
Shaurya, go and talk to her. And he just said that. He said, Shaurya, go and talk to her. And I had a mutual connection with Shraddha. So I just went and I just pitched. Right? And eventually that turned into a relationship where, she's an advisor, she's an investor. But that did not happen at the first go. तो लोगों को ये लगता है कि यार हम एक बार अगर किसी से मिल गए तो वो एक ही बार में हमारी कंपनी में इन्वेस्ट कर दें, एक ही बार में हमें हेल्प करना शुरू कर दें. ऐसा नहीं होता. तो आपको ना लोकली भी देखना पड़ेगा क्या इवेंट्स हो रहे हैं आपके आसपास, बिकॉज हर सिटी के अंदर इवेंट्स नहीं होते. फॉर एग्जांपल दिस वन इवेंट कॉल्ड 21/72 which is hosted by Ivy Growth.
Ivy
right?
Growth.
So Ivy, so again they host I think the largest event in Surat and largest event in Gujarat, one of the largest startup summits now in India. So but अब कोई बंदा जो है वो अगर गुजरात में वो सोचेगा यार मैं कहाँ जाऊँ, क्योंकि ज्यादातर इवेंट्स दिल्ली में हो रहे हैं, बॉम्बे में हो रहे हैं, बैंगलोर में हो रहे हैं. तो उनके लिए आईवी ग्रोथ इज अ ग्रेट प्लेस एंड बिकॉज वहां पर दिल्ली, बैंगलोर और बॉम्बे से भी लोग आ रहे हैं फ्लाई करके टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ दैट इवेंट. So I think that intelligence needs to be there for anyone to.
You can't expect such kind of an event in, let's say, Surat, right? Because these events happen in Delhi or Bangalore or Mumbai. So
तो आपको ना वो जागरूकता चाहिए होगी कि आप हर वक्त
शौर्य.
देख रहे हो
Aware.
कि क्या हो रहा है.
शौर्य.
There are closed door events that happen.
हाँ.
So there are a lot of
शौर्य
great.
ही है जिनमें काफी ज्यादा जागरूकता और क्लैरिटी है.
बिल्कुल सही बात है. हम भी वो थोड़ी जागरूकता लेने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
हाँ. I can see the halo lights coming from his back. Okay, I think it was lovely talking to you guys. Anything that you want to speak to 12 students or working professional, you have your cameras, you guys
So I think
can,
दोनों के लिए message
one
बहुत
piece of advice or something.
दोनों के लिए मैसेज बहुत अलग हुआ, but I think you want to share something for 12 students, I'll share something for working professionals. Because आप पढ़ाते थे ना उनको.
I think my message would be don't come under FOMO, right? That fear of missing out, that all my friends are taking non-medical, so I should also take non-medical. But just try to experiment with different things, try to try different things, and then you will realize what is your strength and what is your weakness. And then take a sort of an informed decision. Although it looks very theoretical, but it can be done practically. Internet is there, आप कुछ सीखो, drop shipping, एक बार try करो, content बनाओ, podcast बनाने की कोशिश करो,
Just
upload
be
करो.
out there.
Just be out there. Internet है, आपके पास mobile phone, laptop है, तो you can do 100 things. But the problem is that मैं खुद ही ऐसा था, मैं स्कूल में कुछ और करता ही नहीं था. I used to just stick to my books.
And then you met Shaurya.
हाँ, then I met. So it's very, ironical that a person like me who's been just straight to the academics is talking like this.
Yeah.
But that transformation happened with me in college.
Within
But
time,
not,
yeah.
it doesn't, not everyone get that opportunity, right?
Right.
So you have to make your own opportunity, right? You will not get, let's say, someone who will ask you, "Chalo, start up karte hain." You might not get, right? So you have to try 10 things on your own and see what is working and what is not working for you.
लास्ट में तारीफ करवा दिया है.
अच्छी बात है, चलो. So I think for working professionals, I think one of the problems that I have noticed is, and that happens to everyone, that you end up you're surrounded by a certain set of people, right?
Right.
You have your colleagues, you have your peers, your bosses,
Yeah.
your friends. unfortunately what happens is that they end up determining your benchmarks as well as your pace of growth as well as the things that you have a FOMO for.
Yeah.
क्योंकि अगर मेरे दोस्तों की शादी हो रही है तो मुझे ज़्यादा फर्क पड़ेगा एज कम्पेयर टू अ स्ट्रेंजर की शादी हो रही हो. सिमिलरली अगर मेरे दोस्तों का प्रमोशन हो रहा है तो मुझे ज़्यादा फर्क पड़ेगा. थिंग्स लाइक दैट. जिससे क्या होता है ना कि लाइफ में एक बहुत माइक्रोस्कोपिक व्यू बन जाता है.
Yeah.
बिकॉज अनलाइक कॉलेज डेज या स्कूल डेज जहाँ पर एक्सपोजर इतना ज़्यादा है, यहाँ पर आपका एक्सपोजर धीरे धीरे लिमिटेड होना शुरू हो जाता है.
Right.
एक कैप क्रिएट हो जाता है कि आपका इतना ही कैप्सूल है, आप उसी कैप्सूल के अंदर रह रहे हो.
Right.
So when you're already there, you need to start asking very important questions from yourself, and that introspection needs to be there. कि क्या मुझे लाइफ में करना क्या है, where do I see myself, and that should not be dependent upon what that capsule is about.
Right.
That needs to be beyond that capsule, and you need to have the courage to come out of it, network with the kind of people that you would want to be like, because without that you will not get there.
Yeah.
राइट.
Absolutely.
तो हर इंसान को अपना योडा चाहिए एसेंशियली. एंड वो एक्सेस टू योडा आपको तभी मिलेगा जब आप यू हैव दैट विलिंगनेस कि ठीक है, आई एम गोइंग टू ब्रेक दिस कैप्सूल. अदरवाइज यू विल स्टे लिमिटेड टू दैट एंड आप संकीर्ण रह जाओगे वहां तक. तो आई थिंक
बहुत ही बेहतरीन बोला आपने.
धन्यवाद.
I think with that we'll wrap this up. I think it was great talking to you and knowing you. I don't feel like I'm meeting you guys for the first time. It's been lovely. I know a lot of you in detail now. And wow, thank you. So I think we'll meet in the next episode of Masterclass by College Vidya. I hope you must have gained a lot of valuable information. You can check out Metwe website. We'll put down the link in the description. Just stay tuned. See you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed the entire podcast. Leave down the comment whom you want to see in our next episode. And till then, we'll see you in the next one.